Namaste Yogis. Yoga for diabetes. So as we know, diabetes is a common disease or ailment, and most of the people and population is suffering with diabetes. Please watch the video fully so you will get all the information. And first, to know diabetes, why diabetes it happens, it occurs. The reason is our poor lifestyle, poor habit of eating food, as we are eating whatever we want, we are eating whenever we want. So, diabetes is basically improper way of living in which we are not following the nature. So, as we know, diabetes is concerned with our pancreas. So, in simple, when pancreas are unable to produce proper insulin, and what happens when that extreme glucose, which converts into sugar, and that sugar just runs into our blood. The pancreas, they have to produce more insulin, and that's a reverse working in which our pancreas they become dull. So this is the base, this is the basic of diabetes, why diabetes comes, and it stays permanently if you don't work on that. So in this video we will cover the asanas, which asanas they directly work on working on your pancreas. They activate them again and you can recover. You can work nicely with these postures. And even as I mentioned, if you will not be capable of doing these postures, what you can do, one practice. So I will show at the end, which is that practice that everyone can easily practice. So I will start with one posture which is called Vajrasana. And if you know about Vajrasana, Thunderbolt pose, this is the only asana which is very effective after your food. Means you can practice this asana after the food. This is directly concerned with your abdomen. It is concerned with your legs. It has a lot of working. I have separate video on Vajrasana. You may go and check what is Vajrasana. This posture, if you have any knee problems, if you have knee surgery, you should avoid. Rather than that, you should practice Vajrasana every day, as you can practice it after the food. So, what happens now when you shift your weight over the heels, your stomach, your belly, it becomes flat. Mostly the blood circulation is towards your abdomen, and naturally pancreas they get more working. So as much they were dull, they were inactive. Now after sitting into Vajrasana, a lot of blood circulates towards the abdominal region. Into Vajrasana, it is very important to know that if your knees they hurt or your ankles they are not supporting, means you should avoid Vajrasana. But for diabetes, it works very nicely. It's very effective to cure diabetes as well to reactivate the pancreas. And second posture, second asana, which is called Mandukasana. Mandukasana, what we do, we make a fist and we place our hands next to the navel. So this is the pancreas region around your navel. So when we produce that force, it should be gentle, not firm. So just to place your hands around the navel, you will take a deep breath. As you exhale, this gentle pressure in and to exhale out. So this posture, Mandukasana. So as we know, all the postures, all asanas, they have their working, but we should know who should do it and who should avoid. So just to know, Mandukasana, if you have hernia, if you have appendix, in that case, again, you may avoid. Now the third. So as I mentioned, please watch the video fully because at the end I will show you very interesting, very easy practice. You can even practice if you cannot sit on the floor, you cannot practice asana. This is for those who can practice it too. So that is very easy. Now the third posture, which is very much effective for toning the stomach because it will work on twisting. So when you do the twisting, your lower abdomen becomes active and pancreas again they become active. This posture is called Ardh Mastendriyasana. For this Ardh Mastendriyasana, what we will do, we will place one of the leg next to the knee. So basically, this pressure on your abdomen. So we are generating the pressure from thigh. So in starting, just hold your knee, stretch your back along with your shoulders, and lift up the head. Now only one working in this because we are twisting the back, and you will feel the work on your belly. So now from here, we will place one of the hand behind the hip region. And this is also very effective for sciatica. So in which now we are fully twisting the back. So we will take the alternate side, the left hand, and we will press with the right pull. Even you can place your hand on the shoulder, or you may just look behind the shoulder and hold the posture at least 10 to 15 seconds. As you want to come back, you turn the head, you release the arms, and you may come back to your neutral or samsthiti. In any position when you're comfortable, you may practice. And the same, you place the right elbow on the edge of the knee and then to twist. So as you will be back to take a rest into Sukhasana. So into Sukhasana, to cross both of the legs, to be straight, to make your breathing clear. So these postures, they directly work on diabetes. Basically, we can say on pancreas because diabetes is rooted into pancreas. So what we are supposed to do? We have to increase the blood flow. We have to increase the working of our pancreas. And now, as I mentioned at the end, I will show one practice anyone can do in different ways. So, if you're sitting into this Sukhasana, and that practice is called Agnisar Kriya. So, what Agnisar Kriya does, it exercises the core, it exercises your abdominal region, and that's why your pancreas, again, they are into motion. So, what we are doing, we are producing that force on the pancreas. So, how to do Agnisar? So, for Agnisar, as I mentioned, you can even do it in sitting position. You can sit on the top, you are on the chair, or anywhere. You can practice Agnisar into Malasana. To practice Agnisar, first we will inhale, we have to exhale, and then we will circulate the abdominal region. So, in which we keep the back straight, we will take a deep breath, and to exhale, you suck the belly in. And what we do, we exercise this abdominal region. So this practice, as you can do into Malasana, now we show you into Sukhasana. But let me show you first into Vajrasana. So into Vajrasana, the same. One thing we should remember that the body is at ease. It's relaxed. There is no tension into the body, into breathing, and of course, in the mind. You should be at ease. So into Vajrasana, the same. We'll take a deep breath to exhale and to work on the abdominal region. Let me show you into Sukhasana. So the same, to inhale, exhale longer, and to work on to Agnisar. So this is the practice what anyone can do in daily routine, and we should definitely bring this practice into our daily life, which is very effective to keep the muscles active, to use them nicely, and to keep them for a long term. So all these practices are about to keep your system energetic. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions related with diet, related with daily life, what you should do, how should you eat, please put in the comments. I would be very happy to bring those topics. Thank you for watching. Namaste.